Drake Bell's wife is finally leaving this minor-loving man. They've had issues for a while, but it seems like Janet, his ex-wife, is trying to protect their son. Even though she's trying her best, she can't protect him from Drake. And between missing persons reports and unaliving threats, it seems like this situation is getting messier by the moment. So let's get into it. So things haven't been looking good for the former Nickelodeon star Drake Bell, and now it turns out that he may be losing his family. I mean, when is this guy going to get a break? I believe he deserves it, but Drake Bell's wife files for divorce 1 week after the actor was briefly reported missing. And at this point, we've known that they were separated, and it probably makes sense because I don't think Janet wants to be with someone who has, gotten with a minor.
Most recently, he and his wife Janet Von Schmeling reportedly separated last year after marrying in 2018. They share one son. In 2021, Drake pleaded guilty to endangerment charges after being accused of allegedly having inappropriate contact with a then underage fan years earlier.
Are we surprised? Not really, but they do have a child together, and it breaks my heart to see their family fall apart, but I mean, the child is probably best with the mother if he's over here smoking these, huffing these balloons in the car while his kid is in the back seat. Drake Bell and Janet Von Schmeling are officially going their separate ways. The actor's wife filed for divorce, claiming that their differences are just way too much. She needs to get out of there, and it seems like she's moved back to Florida where she's from, because the news comes a week after Drake was reportedly missing and found by the Daytona Beach police. Throwback, supposedly he was last seen at a high school, which in my last video I didn't really register he has crimes against minors, and then the last time we saw him was at a high school, so keep that man away from any public school. The couple share a son together. Per the petition, Janet is asking for legal and physical custody of their child, with Drake Bell getting visitation rights, which yeah, I definitely would want full custody if he's over here huffing balloons in the car. On that day that Drake went missing, he did tweet out writing, "You leave your phone in the car and don't answer for the night," and this. He has actually deleted this tweet, but it pretty much went viral because everyone was talking about him missing, and he's claiming that he just left his phone in the car. But that's not true, Drake, and I feel like if you want to be a better person, you need to just stop lying. I found some information that suggests that Drake wasn't just forgetting his phone in the car. He's having major issues right now, and it's interesting to see it play out online because he probably was acting out a few weeks ago because of this divorce situation. That's why he's in Florida in the first place. If Drake really left his phone in the car, then why were the police worried about him taking his own life?
Quote, "I have a possible attempted suicide. Basically, there's a celebrity who had a falling out with his wife, and we got involved because we've been in touch with a family in California, saying that he's going to get drunk and hang himself, and he's in a hotel somewhere in Orlando." The officer said according to multiple reports to the dispatcher before he went on to explain how they located the 36-year-old. Quote, "Then we finally got permission to ping the phone, and that's what the ping came back to." The actor was located hours after Daytona Beach police declared him missing and endangered Thursday morning. The account laid out by police implies Drake's disappearance was serious, but when the actor spoke out for the first time following the incident on Thursday night, he downplayed the incident, tweeting out, "You leave your phone in your car and don't answer for the night, and this?" The latest news follows a string of personal and legal troubles for the former Drake and Josh star.
This situation is so weird. So he's claiming he left his phone in the car, but then the police were able to ping his phone, and he was threatening to pretty much off himself inside the hotel room. At this point, he was in Orlando, and what I find interesting is that their child was also seen in Orlando shortly after this. So I wonder if Drake had taken their kid and made these really scary threats. After Drake went missing, people were curious to what's going on with him. So the press has been keeping up, and they took a photo of him with their child, their son, at SeaWorld. And I don't know, I'm just a little bit confused. Did he have the kid with him when he was making these threats? Why is he alone? maybe it's some bonding time, but it's clear that this man isn't doing well mentally. And honestly, I would argue that his Twitter kind of like shows that. I mean, it seems like he doesn't know what direction he's headed in. I mean, he's doing some YouTube videos now. I saw he did this one, like a new video about him almost dying, like on the set of Drake and Josh. He says this is him. I don't know if I didn't see that episode. So he has been tweeting a ton, and on April 18th he wrote "going away." So I feel bad for him, but also like he's done a lot of bad things too. And man, me and him are just not fans of each other. The way that he talks about me is unreal. It truly blows my mind how mean people are on here to people clearly dealing with mental health issues. It's unreal how cruel you can all be. And I get that. I think that people are just like, it's hard for people to give him sympathy because of how he's messed around with minors. I mean, there's just not a lot of patience for that. To be honest, the only person I feel for is the kid, and maybe Janet a little bit, because Janet really, I think, did everything to make this relationship work and to try to stand up for her man. I mean, throwback to the text messages she sent me in October 2021, and I know that this is Drake's wife, not only because I know this is her number, but I've actually confirmed it because when I typed in her name online, all of her information came up, and where she even lives in Florida. So it makes sense. And she even said, "I'm looking forward to seeing the screenshot up on YouTube." It's been in many videos at this point, but this is Drake's wife. The reason we reached out was because there is a case being built on a lot of your content on YouTube, and because of your reach and the law and the legal team will need to bring you in. Drake and I were going to tell you the truth with our team present, not only about the information about him, but other things that he knows and have lived through, which honestly, if that still stands, I'm happy to meet with him. I'm happy to have him on the podcast. I'm happy to hear his story. Even though I'm not like the biggest fan, I feel like if he has an explanation, like let's hear him out, because these are some serious allegations. You are going to be a part of some news and information that would have been the most views you've ever received. Just so you guys know, like getting views isn't necessarily like my goal. Like I don't make a video just like, oh my God, this gets so many views. I mean, maybe that's how these type of people operate, but this message rubbed me wrong. But I think in hindsight, it shows how like kind of trapped she was in this toxic mess with him. I mean, she was over here messaging YouTubers trying to defend him when what he did is really indefensible. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I had a ton of people reach out, so I might as well follow up. And it's been over a week since I filmed a video, so I'm excited to get back on camera, to get back in the swing of things, and to tell you guys what I've been through. So until that video, I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.